Let's bring him in. He seems decent. Seems pretty decent. Let me get down preemptively. He is a monster. Good morning, guys. Back down at the spot today. And today it's all about nippers. So I've got a bunch of live nippers which I went and collected this morning at Grays Point. So yeah, we'll just send those out and see what's around. Most fish in estuaries in Sydney love nippers. Like, they're just candy and they absolutely devour them. So I'm pretty hopeful that we'll catch a few fish today. And yeah, let's see how we go. These are just some burley pellets. So hopefully they'll kind of disperse and attract some fish in the feed, and hopefully that kind of brings the food chain in. So with nippers, I don't tend to use a swivel. I just have like a ball sinker that can just run the whole way up and down the line, but it normally sits down toward the end. That's just a size 2 ball sinker, little glow bead, and a size 4 long shank hook to hold the nippers on. And that's all you need. I think it's 8-pound braid with an 8-pound leader on it. And then here's the goodies. Probably about 15, 20 nippers in there. So that'll give us a fair few chances to try hook a fish. And it's early in the morning, I can see fish feeding over here in the bay bit. There's this little cove kinda. And yeah, I know that lots of bream, lots of flatty kinda hold up in that bay, feeding on all the little bait fish. So if we put a nipper in front of them, I'm sure they'll have a go. I've also got these 2 rods, but I'm just waiting for the yakka to defrost a tiny bit, and then I'll just send a couple big chunks of yakka out and just let them sit out and just, you never know. Here's a nipper. On the underside of them, just in near the tail, you just feed the hook in, and you just feed the hook the whole way down the length of their body and out on the bottom, kind of on their chest. And that's it. Some people do like a little half hitch knot to try and hold them on the hook, but I don't think they'll last that long to even bother. And then you end up with a kind of crinkled line because you keep putting half hitch knots in it. Ready to get in some nibbles. Oh, something had a little run with it. The one downside of using live nippers, or just nippers in general, is they're a very soft bait. Like a couple decent nibbles or bites and then they're just completely gone. Now it's super glassy on the other side. We'll give it half an hour. See if the wind keeps swinging. It's been super windy all week. This is kind of the first real chance I've had to come for a fish. Yep, we're on. Decent. Oh, what is it? It's under a snag. Nah, now it's free. Now we can reel it in. It's not too bad, whatever it is. a nice little brim. Gonna get down here to land it. I think he was kind of under like something snaggy at the start there. Here he is, fish number one. A nice yellowfin brim. Brim absolutely love nippers. And yeah, let's get him unhooked, send him back, see if there's a couple more that are just feeding this morning. So where my leader joins my braid, there's a whole bunch of weeds, so I think that was what the brim kind of got caught up on at the start there, and then we kind of would have pulled through that, and then he was in open water. But pretty much every estuary species, main ones, you know, brim, flatty, whiting, they'll all happily go nippers as bait. Because this one I casted kind of more in the cove, which you do get the smaller fish hanging around in there. You kind of just, that last one was on the back side there, where it kind of drops off a bit deeper. Yep, we're on. I don't think there's anything decent. Ooh. No, I lie. It's a not bad whiting. I thought it would just be a little brim, but like I just said, whiting love nippers. Like if you ever see a whiting fishing comp, everyone will be using nippers to try catch their whiting. There he is, guys. A little whiting. They absolutely love nippers. So if you're using live nippers, there's a very good chance you're going to catch some. Let's send him back. Yep. We're on, didn't take long. Just sinking this water ski back in. Another whiting. I think it's just whiting in this cove just feeding this morning. I have seen some giant whiting in here, so hopefully our nipper can find one of them. I mean, I know there's white in there. Is there a big one? So what's that? 3 fish, and it's been probably not even half an hour. Just goes to show you how good nippers, live nippers are as bait. Like, if you fish estuaries a lot and you're not catching as much as you'd want, you really got to give nippers a go. Yeah. Okay. Just try tighten that a tiny bit. There's a lot of weed and snags here. Staying low. Oh, look at all those bait fish get spooked as this nice brimmy comes in. Bream number 2. Again on the nipper, that's all I'm using. And yeah, the bait would last probably a few seconds, and then, oh, not a few seconds, maybe 10-20 seconds, and then we get the hook up and we're on. Actually, I just saw there's a little golden lure in there. Let's get this fish off. Oh, he swallowed it so deep. Jesus, son. Why do you do this? I also only have 2 long shank hooks. I can't lose them. I got all these nippers and only 2. I got smaller long shanks, but I keep forgetting to film my releases. I got so distracted by this golden boy. I'll be honest, he looks cheap, but a free lure is a free lure. Because I really want to get these other rods out, but not here with the wind. This is it, the final cast, and then I'm moving spots. I'm moving where it's glassy and I can set the other 2 rods up with some big chunks of yakka. Getting some bites. This is only a little nipper, so it might be gone already. Oh no, a couple more bites. We're on. Let's bring him in. He seems decent. Seems pretty decent. Let me get down preemptively. Oh, he's a nice flatty. No, my mistake, guys. Oh, he is a monster whiting. He is a beast of a whiting. I thought he was a flatty. Jesus. Well, I'm glad I didn't leave. There he is, guys. A pretty chunky whiting. He's hard to hold. He's definitely got some life in him kicking. I'm gonna have to cut that hook because he swallowed it so deep, and I actually want to release him. And if I try to pull that hook out, it just would have taken too long and just would have damaged him. Whiting aren't the best at releases. They're fairly fragile fish. He's still breathing, catching his breath back. Comes Mr. Toady. There he goes. Oh, he spat out the nipper. The toad's eating it. Come on. Have a bit of gusto and then I'll let you go. He's just swimming along the surface. He'll be right. I did everything I could. I didn't, keep him out of water long. Literally got him, cut the hook, measured him, send him back. Yeah, she's getting windier and she's starting to rain. All right, packed up. Take my little live well. Remind me to show you guys what setup I'm running on this live well. Alright. Oh, yep, no? Yep. Nice float. This is a little treasure trove along here on the back side of these mangroves. Everything gets washed in, but it's hard for it to get back out. There's the rain. So I want to try fish this little cove here that's surrounded by all these reeds. I've caught some big fat fish in there before on lure. I've never fished it with bait. So I think I'll set up my 2 yakka rods here, as in the rods that'll have the yakka for bait, and I'll stand over in the reeds over here. I do just want to go get an oyster mat to put my bag on. I did see this on the way. Cool little bird skull. What bird do you think it is? Which bird has a little hooked beak like that? Maybe a cormorant? Let me know what you think it is. There's a chair here. I think that was Brian's chair. Brian, comment below if that was your chair and if you left it here and donated it to the lagoon. Very thoughtful. Hopefully no one comes along and destroys it. Alright, this mat'll do. Chunks of yakka. And that's how we're just going to rig it. Just right through the top of the fillet. Fling it out as far as we can. And then just wait, and then hopefully there's a monster out there. And in the meantime, we'll catch the other fish on the nippers. As always guys, all my gear, what I'm using, the rods, the reels, the line, it's all in the description below if you're curious about that type of thing. Oh yep, it's a nice big fat nipper. That's a better cast. Oh yep, finally some nibbles. I fear it's just small little fish pecking it. There's something on this. There is. This is who's pecking away at my bait. These little guys. Might try one more here and then just move slightly, because I feel like I'm just in a little estuary, little nursery, sorry. Move up to this point. Pretty much I'm just going to fish until I run out of nippers. Like I said, I had about 15, 20. Really, no takers on the nipper. At least not in that spot. Whew. It just keeps on coming. I feel like it starts to lighten up just to double down and get twice as heavy. Yep, we're on. It's better. Here we go, a flathead on the nippers. He was just waiting for that nipper to come by, and I wasn't even kind of ready for the bite, but we got him. Get that hook out, send him back. This guy is keen to get away. He just would not stop shaking. It's still raining, but the sun is out. Just moved the 2 other rods with the yakka on it down here and sent them out with some fresh pieces of yakka, and then I'll just use up the last few nippers. No, I didn't get it. Didn't get it, or did I? I did get it. This guy is full of gusto, so he gets to go straight back. Here we go. Swimming in. Another big bopping brim. What's this guy? Is this a grunter? Let me know in the comments what fish this is. I think it's what they call a grunter. Alright guys, this is my little live bait bucket that I rigged up. I just haven't gotten around to actually buying a proper one yet, and I figured I could just make one for fairly cheap considering I already had one of their more expensive components. So it's just your standard bucket, cut a hole in the lid so you can feed in the air hose. That just comes off. That just comes off the little aerator stone. The aerator itself, I just got off Temu. You can buy them fairly cheap. I'll put them up on the screen now. I think it was only a few dollars, I want to say. And that's it there. And then it just plugs into the USB power bank. There we go. And I've been using that for a couple hours and it's still full battery. I think I've run it before for like 6 hours, 7 hours, and it still chugs along fine because it just uses the tiniest amount of battery that you can imagine. Haven't got anything on the yakka. Yep, we're on with the final nipper. This whiting's got a bit more gusto. There we go, guys, another whiting. He's full of energy, this one. Alright guys, that's it. All the nippers are gone, so I'm going to head off. I'm absolutely soaked, so it's getting hard to talk because I'm so cold. So yeah, I'm going to head home, have a nice warm shower. But the rain stopped now, ironically. So I fished through the heavy part of the rain. And yeah, got that big whiting, a few small whiting, brim, flatty. So nippers, like, definitely get your hands on them and use them, and I guarantee you'll get way more hookups than you will with your standard frozen squid or prawns. So I'm going to try and come back this afternoon just with the Inazuma rod and just flick a lure around and see if there's anything about. And yeah, so I'll see you then.
8 hours later.
Good afternoon. Doing the intro from the car because it is raining. Very wet. I don't know how well you'll hear me over the rain, but this is the Bunker Buster in pumpkin colour, 1/8 jig head. So we'll just go flick that around, flick it near this structure. The rain's definitely killed off the wind, which is a bonus. I'd much prefer rain over wind. Oh, something, little nibble. It is calming down. Yep, we're on. Little flatty. Let me just clean the lens. He's come off, but here he is. Tiny little fella. First fish in the rain. This tiny little tacker. Not going to weigh or measure him, he's definitely well and truly on deep. Off he goes. Yep, we're on. We're on with the last bit of light. Another little flatty. There he is. I'll try and get him silhouetted because I don't have much light and I don't have a head torch or anything. Away he goes. Again, he would definitely be undersized, super small.